Okay, but enough blathering. Let's jump into this pack. All right, so this is going to be my first recorded draft of this format. There are definitely a few good cards in the pack. I like the Twisted Justice. I think this card's pretty strong. Golgari Rot Farm, of course. That's another good one. I like Consult the Necrosages, and I think the Equinaut is pretty decent as well. There he is. Thank you. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I could just take the Twisted Justice. It's a pretty strong card. I think Dimir is one of the best places to start in this format. The Bounceland, on the other hand, is quite strong too. I don't think I'm ever taking Consult over the Twisted Justice. I think a lot of people here would start with the Bounceland, but I think I'm actually going to lean toward this card. It just seems very strong. And when you're trying to either start Boros or Dimir, yeah, I think it looks pretty nice as well. 6 mana is a lot, but 6 mana kill a thing, draw at least a couple cards, hopefully. I think it's going to be pretty good. We'll see. All right, Hunted Troll. I don't think the Hunted cards are very good. Ooh, Compulsive Research. That's a nice one. Stinkweed. Strands of Undeath is probably fine. Terrarion. It's no bounce land, but it is some decent mana fixing. I'm leaning Compulsive here. Stinkweed, also very good. I think those are the 2 cards I'm most interested in. Could get pretty greedy and try to take Compulsive and like wheel the Strands, hoping that there's only one other black drafter. Compulsive might just be the best card too. Yeah, I don't know. I really do like the Stinkweed, but I think I might just take the Compulsive here. It's a really efficient draw spell, and the fact that, unlike Thirst for Knowledge, the discard 2 unless you discard clause is for a land rather than like an artifact means most of the time it's just going to be really solid card advantage. So yeah, I'll take it here. Start off with a lot of card draw apparently. Okay. Interesting pack here. Selesnya Guildmage is a very strong card, but Selesnya, of course, is just kind of poop in this format. I think you can get away with it. Just because everyone else avoids it so much. There might be a world where you like take the Guildmage and wheel the Guardian and put together a playable deck, even if you don't have 3 guilds in a row. As for me, I'm looking at the Dimir House Guard, the Roofstalker White, not taking Flight of Fancy. I already have a bunch of clunky card draw. I'm leaning toward the House Guard. It's got nice flexibility, but Roofstalker White is also quite solid, and it's hard to pick up good 2-drops in this format. That's something I've noticed for sure. So it is tough. So I think House Guard is the better card. I think I'm going to take a white for curve purposes, though. I think this kind of controlling start to a deck wants to be able to survive late into the game. Ugh, this pack. We do have Tidewater Minion, which is much better than it looks, and it's not... I mean, it doesn't look good, but it is good. Got a couple medium green cards here. Fists of Ironwood, Centaur Safeguard. But a lot of the cards in this pack are pretty bad. Brown Scale also goes in the medium category. I hate the red cards, I think, in this pack. Transluminant, I think, is fine too. But yeah, right now I'm just looking at the minion. I think I'm just going to take it. What does this thing do? It's, okay, sure. Classic 8 mana Convoke Fog. Yeah, I think I'm just taking the minion. I don't think my colors are extremely open. I think I could probably get a decent Selesnya deck, but at this point, there aren't really any payoffs for switching, and I think I've got some good cards. I don't really want to throw them away, so just stick on the plan, see if we can get enough playables. Okay, now I think I'm taking Bounceland. It's only semi on color, but I think that's still really good. There's also Vidalcan Entrancer, which is a nice defensive card for this kind of deck. And being able to mill your opponent out slowly is definitely nice if you're trying to survive to the late game. Just another way of closing out the game. Don't like Dogpile very much. I think Flow of Ideas is extremely slow and probably not very good. You're never like mono blue in this format, so that doesn't seem very realistic. So yeah, I think it's just going to be a bounce land for me. Yeah, really the only other choice I think is the Entrancer. Okay. This pack is medium, as usual. This thing is huge, but I don't think I like it for this kind of deck. The Hunted Phantasm, I don't know about this card. I think the hunted cards, for the most part, just are not very good. Hence, like, it's a rare and it's here like 6th pick, right? I think I'm looking at something very unexciting, like a Terraformer, just kind of a gray ogre that can give you a bit of mana fixing. Lurking Informant is actually not terrible. It can be pretty annoying. But I just don't like a 2-mana 1/2 if I can avoid that, and I don't think I'm just going to be in the perfect spot of having nothing to do but use that ability. Okay, nice. Another Roofstalker white now. Suddenly my colors feel a little better than they did a few picks ago. Another option here, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could take one of these cards, but I think they're pretty bad. Surveilling Sprite is sort of fine. Stasis Cell is very, very slow and clunky. It doesn't tap the creature when you play it, and it's 5 freaking mana. Perplex, I don't like that card. I mean, it has Transmute, but that's really it. So yeah, another 2-drop I think is fine. We've already got a bunch of card advantage, so now if we just come up with some flyers, I mean, we already have, I guess, a couple 2-1 quote-unquote flyers here. But some other way to win the game would be nice. Do like the Veteran Armorer a lot. I don't think this card should go this late, especially in a format, like I just said, where I think it's so hard to pick up good 2-drops. Muddle the Mixture. I don't love this card, but I think I am going to take it. Has Transmute, so it's fine. I think this card's bad. 6 mana 5/5, make you sack something, especially in this kind of deck. You don't want to have to sack something. I think maybe it's okay in some kind of Golgari build, but yeah, I think we're just going to take Muddle here. Tattered Drake, okay, I think that's decent as well. Being able to regenerate is potentially pretty annoying. It's a little costly. This is one of those formats where if you are well acquainted with modern Magic, you're just going to be disgusted by some of the mana costs on these cards, but right now I think this is a pretty decent start to pack 1. One more like Signet or Bounceland, some kind of mana fixer like that would be nice. I'm not counting Terraformer in that. But yeah, Night Guard Patrol, fine one as well. These cards are all bad, which is kind of a common theme in the format. I'm going to take the Sundering Vitae. We already have green Bounceland in the side, and I think this thing never does anything. So maybe I bring this card in. Dark Heart of the Wood. I think I'd rather take this clunky thing. 6 mana. Oh my god. Yuck. Yeah, so I'll take a random Transmute card for the sideboard. These cards are all terrible. This card's pretty annoying just because we don't want to run into aggro. But yeah, into the sideboard you go. Another Shred Memory for the sideboard. Yeah, sure. Okay. So all in all, pretty decent start to pack 1, I think. Twisted Justice, Compulsive, some good 2s and some solid 5s. I think that's totally acceptable. So now we've got 2 options in this pack in terms of guilds. We can either try to move into Izzet or we can try to move into Orzhov. We don't really have any incentive in this pack to move into Orzhov, so we can start seeing if Izzet is open. Is it? We'll find out. A couple options here are Boilerworks or the Savant. The Savant is very good. So is the Boilerworks, though. So are the Boilerworks? Not sure. The Euthanist is a fine card. It would almost definitely make our deck, but we don't need to play it that safe, I think. And I'd rather get a little greedy here and take the Savant before the fixing to try to see if I have an incentive to play Izzet. Because the blue cards are, whoops, usually pretty sought after in this format, so we might be trying to go into Orzhov here. But yeah, we'll start with the Savant, I think. It is our 3rd 5-drop, but I think it's just good enough. Ooh, Electrolyze now, and another Boilerworks and a Chronarch. Yeah, unfortunately, we're just going to have to take the Electrolyze. Maybe we'll wield the Living Inferno. I've seen a lot of disrespect for that card, and I think potentially it has a pretty high ceiling. Sad to pass the second one of these, but at this point, just trying to solidify ourselves into is it. We can pick up mana fixing later if we have to, like some Rakdos Carnariums, that kind of thing in pack 3. It's painful. It's always painful to pass good fixing like Boilerworks, but we also have the Terraformer. So I think right now we'll just start with this Electrolyze. This pack, few decent ones. Pillory, it's a very good Orzhov card. Savage Twister, we could try to splash that off Terraformer and Rot Farm, but I'm looking at Steam Core Weird, Pyromatics, and Train of Thought. I think I'm just going to take the Steam Core here. 4 mana 1/3 that shocks something when you play it seems really nice. We don't have any 4-drops at this point. We are a nice defensive deck. Maybe we wheel a Train of Thought or something along those lines. But yeah, I think the card's pretty good. Be decently happy to pick up a Euthanist too. It's actually a combo with the Steam Core Weird if you ever have 7 mana lying around. Or I guess if you can get value off the Haunt. But yeah, let's just pick up a Steam Core and see what's in the next pack. Hopefully some fixing. Nope. Okay. So we've got a Wee Dragonauts. We've got Stitch in Time, which is hilarious. Repeal, which I think is good. Gruul Guildmage, which I also think is good, but I'm not sure. Also Douse and Gloom too. Dang, good pack. I don't think this is good enough if you're not green, so I'm not going to take it. Dragonauts, we've got a couple spells, but the most of the time it's going to be a 3 mana 1/3 flyer, which I don't love. Repeal, I think is just a good card. I'm actually leaning toward the Douse, which is kind of sad because I think the card is a lot weaker than something like a Wee Dragonauts. But right now, again, I think my deck is pretty controlling. If I can take these relatively cheap removal spells that gain me life, then I can win in the late game with my card advantage and just powerful 5 mana cards. So let's take a Douse. Another Ogre Savant is pretty good. Vidalcan Plotter is great against the Bouncelands, but it is a 3 mana 1/1, so you really have to get there in terms of the value. I think I'm just going to take another Savant. There's also an Orzhov Signet or a Train of Thought. How many 5-drops is too many 5-drops, right? That's the question here, I think. I could just take the Plotter for science and just see if it's any good. I don't really have very many 3s, and I do want to see, am I really talking myself into taking this 3 mana 1/1? It's so good though. If you take their bounce land, you give them a regular land. I feel like I'm gonna get clustered on 5s. I'm gonna live to regret this, but I need to take this card for science just to see if it's as good as it could be. Okay. In this pack, Giga Drowse I think is medium. I think it's just an easy Torch Drake. Everything else is off color except for Cremate, so Torch Drake it is. Okay, another Ogre Savant, Train of Thought, Hooligan off the Golgari Rot Farm. I did kind of do that with my last deck. That seems awful. I think this time I'm just going to take another Savant. I would have had so many Savants. This would be number 3. Could just take the Train of Thought as well. I don't think I value it that highly though, and I do think the Ogre Savants are pretty nice, so let's just take another one of these guys. Okay, another Torch Drake and a Goblin Flectomancer. Hilarious. Okay, well, yeah, Torch Drake it is. It's another 4 mana play, and right now that's where we're at. We have no fixing from this pack other than the Plotter, if that counts. And yeah, definitely regretting at least one of the Boilerworks picks. Like maybe if I take Boilerworks over Savant number 1, yeah, and then I can like pick up Savant number 1 over the Plotter, I guess. Probably be in much better shape. Happy to wheel a Repeal here. Skiz Motivate I think would be good in like a blue-red kind of aggro deck. But I don't think I'm going to be able to really turn this to better than like a 1-for-1 very often. So I think, yeah, it's just going to be a repeal for me here. There are a lot of auras in the format, and you can sometimes get value bouncing a creature with an aura on it, so that's pretty nice. Okay, a Chronarch now. That's a good one. Surprised to see it so late, but happy to pick it up. We've got a number of spells to get back, and yeah, we're starting to solidify into a really strong control deck, I think. Not totally sure how we win the game, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Wow. That is very late Pyromatics. I like the Euthanist. I've mentioned it a few times. But I think Pyromatics is more the direction we're heading. We're starting to get a lot heavier on red than black, and I think this card's really good. Tons of good X1s in the format. I had 8 X1s in my last draft deck, so you can do silly things with this card, I think. Wow. Extremely late Dragonauts. Very happy about that. Rewarded for getting greedy and picking some instants and sorceries early. Yeah, that's a nice one for sure. Now we get to pick up the Train of Thought over the Schismotivate. Shizmotivate? I don't even know. But yeah, happy to slot a Train of Thought in. This deck is looking very good on every front, just about, except for fixing. So that's going to be a priority in Pack 3 here. Looking for Rakdos Signets, looking for Rakdos Carnariums. Anything that can make what we're doing a little more consistent. Stalking Vengeance. Oh, but there is a Carnarium in the pack. I don't think I can afford to pass that. This card is stupid, right? This card's very powerful. Do I just take it? It feels really, really greedy to just keep taking the best card over fixing, but I know this is like a very strong commander card. 7 mana 5/5 haste. It's a little overpriced. You know what? I'm going to be disciplined for once in my life. I'm going to take this Carnarium. I don't think we need the Stalking Vengeance to win the game. I don't think that's really... Yeah, I don't know. It's such a good card, right? Like, it's so powerful. But I feel like if we're getting to that amount of mana, we have ways to win the game in other ways. Or other ways to win the game, I should say. So, I think I'm just going to pick up this Carnarium here. Right as I said I was about to be disciplined, I saw what you said in chat, and I'm starting to doubt whether or not this makes sense. But maybe we'll like wheel the Wrecking Ball and feel great. Okay, Seal of Fire, Helium Squirter. That's really it. Yeah, okay, that's, yeah. Glad we're on the same page there. So I do like this card a lot, but I think I just have to take the Seal of Fire. It's too efficient, and we already have infinite 5 mana cards. We're probably cutting the Tidewater minion, or maybe even one of the Savants. We'll see. But yeah, Seal of Fire, nice efficient removal spell. Transguild Courier is playable, not exciting. Yep. Okay. Macabre Waltz in this pack. That could be a nice one for this deck. There's also a Silkwing Scout, which is a good 3-drop. Riot Spikes, definitely a useful card in the format. No fixing, unfortunately, in this one. I think I'm going to take the Silkwing Scout. I think Macabre Waltz is probably a better card, but I think blue is what we're heaviest on right now. We're a little bit short on 3-drops, so I think I like this card a good amount. I don't think Spell Snare is a card you should be trying to play in this format. Especially if the curve of my last deck is any indication. Okay. Now there's another Helium Squirter. I might be taking this one. I think the Vesper Ghoul sucks, so I'm not going to take that. Brain Pry. What do you do? This is terrible. This is Cabal Therapy. If you whiff, you draw a card. It's funny. It's not good, though, I don't think. Could take a Gobhobbler Rats, but this card's going to be hard for us to cast. We're lightest on black, second lightest on red. That said, our 2-drops are already both black. I think I'm just going to take the Squirter anyway. I think this is a relatively slow format, and we already have a bunch of cheap removal, so just picking up a card that can gain flying and make other things flyers is nice. Hey, Crackshot, good to see you. What time is it where you are? I hope you're not supposed to be sleeping right now. Okay, another Silkwing Scout. Nothing exciting, but I don't think we can afford to take these cards. Again, the Macabre Waltz. Maybe actually we could take this now. I'd rather try to pick one up later, though. I think a 3-mana 2/1 flyer is really nice value. Our deck is going to be decently weak to pingers. Nothing like my last deck, though. And yeah, let's see. The Rats, again, I'm not a huge fan of this card. One of the things that I was reading in the draft primer about this format too is it's extremely hard to turn on Hellbent in these very controlling decks. And if I'm never getting Hellbent, it's just a hard to cast Grizzly Bear. That's not a good card. Okay, yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so some medium cards here. Looking at like a Hill Giant that destroys a defender. Ocular Halo, I think this card is actually pretty good. If you can get it going, I've had it win me games that I had no right to win. There's also Shielding Plaques, which I think is fine. I don't like the Gatecrasher, but it's just something to round out the curve, so I think it's acceptable. This does not work in my deck. Halo's cool. Yeah, I like it too. I don't think I want to go for it here, though. With the Worm, yeah, that's true. Pay a blue, draw a card, right? Yeah, that's a nice combo. What's going on in this pack? We've got an Assault Zeppelid. We don't really have fixing for that. We have the 1 Rot Farm. It's a very good card, and it's here late, though. We could take this thing. It's just a 2-drop. We could take a Halo. I don't really think this is the deck for the Halo. So I guess we're just taking a hard to cast 2-mana 2/2. Wait, 2-mana 3/3 sack it unless you discard a non-creature card. It's probably not good enough. Yeah, the fact that it makes you discard a spell, like my spells are usually good, so I don't think I want to do that. What do you do? Counter target multicolored spell? I mean, if there's nothing else here. I think this thing is terrible. Yeah. Well, it's not terrible. But it's 2-mana cycle. Hide your hand. Combo with the Delirium Skeins, I guess. This thing needs damage on the stack to be good. And this is not a good card in my deck. So I guess I am taking this. I'm not going to main deck it, I don't think. But maybe. Okay, now we can take the Rats. Not excited about it. There's also the Bouncer, but again, we're never getting Hellbent in this deck. But yeah, well, I guess I'll start it in the main, but I don't think it's gonna stay there. This card is pretty annoying. I almost got blown out when I had like an Ixbitter playing against this card, and I realized my opponent was holding 2 mana up pretty suspiciously, and I've seen this card before and played it myself, and I realized that they must have had it, and a bunch of turns later when I played a discard spell on them, they conceded the game, so almost positive they had it there. Spell Snare for the sideboard now. Wait, this has... is this good? I mean, it's more likely to do something than Spell Snare is, but I don't think I'm going to have much in the way of black mana. So this deck, I don't think got there on fixing. Yeah, I don't think I like the Spell Snare enough. We'll just take you. All these cards are unplayable. Yeah. There's the Worm. Got to disrupt the combo with the whatever it is, the Halo. Yeah, so I think if I took the Izzet Boilerworks pack 2 pick 1 over the Ogre Savant, then I'd be in a much better place in terms of my mana fixing in this one. Yeah, for sure. The Karam is definitely like, I wouldn't call it a good card because you can't just like cycle it for no value. You need 2 targets, right, for the creatures, but when it works, it's definitely a nice meme. think I'm going to be cutting some number of 2-drops. Crackshot, do you have any, or Jafang, do you guys have any experience with the Vidalcan Plotter? So I'm thinking, if no one has any idea of how good this card is, I might just try it to see if I can meme some people with Bouncelands. But if you guys happen to know that it's terrible, as a 3-mana 1/1 should be, then, you know, I won't play it. Let's see here. I think I'm definitely playing the first Savant and the Chronarch. Played these guys. The Scouts. And I like the blue-red 4-drops. Terraformer, I think, has to make the deck. No idea. All right, well, let's find out together. Part of me is like, I have 2 trophies. I can, you like the idea? Yeah, it's fun, right? And I can like repeal my own, whatever it is, repeal my own plotter and do it again. That sounds sweet to me. I think I have to play all of these cards. Yeah, got some good spells here. I don't think we can or we don't have to play this Muddle. I think Muddle is medium. What was I gonna say though? Part of me is like, oh, I have 2 trophies, and like, even though I've had a bunch of school and I've been pretty busy for the most part lately, I can try to catch up to the leaders on the trophy leaderboard. And then the other part of me is like, but I could put a 3-mana 1/1 in my deck. Part of me just wants to run the deck like this. I don't think I really need any of these other cards. I think the minion is actually better than Savant number 2. Kind of a steep curve, but not terrible. Oh, that's so brutal. Yeah. I don't know. Part of me thinks that the complexity of this draft format is what makes it great. And the other part of me is like, yeah. The other part of me is like, you know, if you're just stumbling into this format and you try to play Selesnya, you're just screwed. Like, unless you figure out some way to do it, like maybe you end up picking up the Simic cards because almost no one goes for those, then maybe there's like a way out of it, but I don't know. It seems really, really difficult to just jump into. But I do like the depth. I do like the complexity. That's why I'm playing it, so I can get wrecked and draft decks that aren't open. This one was fairly open though. Pack 1 was a little bit sketchy, but we got there, I think. These are all blue-red cards. These are, well, except for this, all of my black cards are blue-black. Yeah, I started my last draft Boros as well. Got past this Agreskos whatever guy, just a silly rare, and then I got past a good uncommon, and then Pack 2 tried to go into Orzhov thinking that Izzet's usually overdrafted, and then Pack 3 I got these Ix-Spitters like around 10th pick. We might cut the white, the last white too. Not sure what we'll play over it, but not sure what we'll play ogre it. Actually, we could just go 18 lands here. I think 18 lands with this deck makes a lot of sense. So do I want another mountain or another swamp? I think I want another mountain. I only have 2 black symbols. I'm casting this pretty late in the game anyway, so I think I can just afford to get greedy here. Okay. All right. And a lot of my blue cards don't work unless I have red mana, so I think that makes sense. Excited to see if the Vidalcan Plotter is going to steal a bounce land or not. Okay, let's play first. Sure. Keep. Just going to play the seal out. Probably don't need to, but it's a nice efficient way of spending mana. Oh, there's actually an argument for playing Island turn 1 because I do have that one. I do have that one double blue 2-drop that I could draw here. Okay, didn't get punished by that. So I can fire this off at any point. I'm a little bit scared of giving my opponent Bloodthirst value, but I also don't really care about a 1-mana 1/1, so I think I'm just going to sit on this Pyromatics. Maybe that's absurd. I should just be spending my mana. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to have enough stuff to do once I get to the late game that I'll just play a little bit scared, because, again, if I give them Bloodthirst value, then... Wait, no. 0 times, come on. There we go. And they were on a, I guess, a mold of 4? Is that right? Because, wait. Okay, they mulliganed a lot. I know that. Probably mold of 5. That makes more sense. 2 mana 1/2. Yeah, I don't care about that thing. I think I'm just gonna sandbag the Seal of Fire now. I say as it's on the battlefield. There we go. That's the land I've been waiting for. Okay, now we're in good shape. Yeah, I know. I feel like it's kind of insane to kill a 1-mana 1/1 with like a decent removal spell, but at the same time, I don't see myself getting a better deal off of this. And if my opponent has a Bloodthirst thing here, then so be it. You got me. That's a 3-mana 1/1. Okay. I think we're in good shape. Okay. Well, played the wrong card. There we go. So I can potentially blow out a combat trick here just because of the seal. Wow, they have 1 card in hand. It's turn 4. They've played 3 1-power creatures. I feel kind of bad for my opponent's start, really. Now I'm going to lose the game for saying that, though. Okay, Silkwing Scout. I can actually crack that with the Rot Farm. But let's just attack and play the Tattered Drake. Okay. Vidalcan Plotter. No targets, unfortunately. So I guess board it out for game 2. Do I want to play this thing? I think maybe I just pump this and play the Silkwing this turn. Can try to hold. Can I hold black-green open? No, I don't think I can. Okay. Maybe it's better not to play out the land there. So I think now the only way I can lose this game, 3-mana 1/1s, 5-mana 2/2s, the power creep. Exactly, right? I think the main ways I lose this game now are to like a sweeper. So I'm just going to stop playing things out. Yeah, I'm not playing out that Torch Drake. Now we have Regenerate up for the Tattered Drake too, and we can sack the Silkwing if we need to. So I think we're just totally fine here. It's going to be tough for them to survive another turn. Hello. No worries.
I'm going to get some help.
Okay, have fun. Oh, Crackshot says hi.
Hi, Crackshot. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, so the worst thing in our deck, that game looked like the Plotter. So there's an argument that against a newish opponent to the format, Plotter is going to be less bad of a card than it would be normally. Like, it trades with their 3-mana 1/1, right? So that makes it good. But I think realistically, have to take it out. Just did not look good. Just put in like a random hill giant here. Run it back. Maybe I'm supposed to start with it in the sideboard. Ooh, I like this hand. So there's another chance that because I do think my opponent like mulliganed to 5 last game, maybe they have a better idea than it seemed like of what they're doing in the format, but they just were forced to keep cheap cards in their hand because of the mulligan. But you gotta love starting with Natural Tron. All right, sorry about all the kind of sound disturbances there. Oh, hexproof. No. All my targeted removal. What am I gonna do? Repeal, of course, not really removal. I'm just gonna run out the Seal of Fire. Maybe I'll never crack it, just like last game. But I think we're in good shape here. Just need to draw some lands, and we'll be fine. Savant was very highly regarded back in the day. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's an argument for playing Savant number 3, but the question that I have, like, I know this format's relatively slow, but how many 5-drops is too many 5-drops? And should I play Savant over, like, a Tidewater minion? Okay, Terraformer. It's a card I can play, I guess. Ready to get wrecked by, like, a whatever it's called, +2/+2 trample draw card trick. Maybe I just won't block. Wait, I already can't block. Nice, okay. Well, this thing can block, so maybe I still won't. Makes sense. Yeah, I do like Ogre Savant quite a bit. Not sure what's going on here with 4 open mana, but I'm going to run into it, whatever it is, and then I'm going to play the Torch Drake out. I guess technically I should have played land first in case I need to repeal for 3 on like my own creature here. Yeah, I don't know. That could have been bad. We'll see. Wait. Opponent, come on. I can just fizzle this. Okay. Yeah, auras. Yeah, I could see that. It's definitely good at removing auras on anything without hexproof, right? So I think that was a pretty good trade. Trade my Seal of Fire for your Seed Spark and 2 free damage to you. There's the Gatehound again. Could block this time. We'll see if they attack. Okay, no attacks is a good sign. I think I'm just going to play a Tidewater minion this turn. Hold up, Electrolyze. I'll play the Mountain. If they want to go for a double block, maybe I'll try to get them. No? Okay. Woof. Okay, yeah, let's just run this thing out. It is a doggo, isn't it? The Gatehound. That's the one thing about this set. I think the challenge of it is great. The fact that forces you to like follow a path. It's definitely better once you know what's going on too. Electrolyze in the face of that thing. That seems pretty good. Oh, they're convoking something. Uh-oh. Phalanx. That's a pretty good turn from them. Back up to 19 life too. Gotta hit me for 1. Yeah, they missed it. Could just play another Torch Drake here. I think that's how I'm killing them, so I might as well. I can repeal a token to draw a card. That's pretty fun. Okay, 1 card in hand from them. It's like destroy all non-token creatures. I just straight up lose the game. Okay. Yeah, this can untap lands too, right? So I guess technically I could have pumped this and gotten an extra point of damage through. Not sure if that matters or not. I think I'm just going to pump twice here, not go for the triple pump. They did what you did back in the day. Wait. You can do that? You can put a 1/1 blocking a flyer? That's so crazy. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, we'll pump this one. I really enjoyed that. I don't know how that works. You can just put a 1/1 onto the battlefield. Yeah, straight 2 colors. Ooh. I don't care about that at all. I could, like, electrolyze in response. Do I just electrolyze in response? It's pretty good, right? Yeah. I'm just going to let it happen. I don't care. Okay, opponent missed the line, unfortunately. So I get to just untap a flyer and eat the... Yeah, no reach required. I don't know. I was really entertained by that. That just... It was confusing. Okay. Another flyer. I think we're getting to the point where I start worrying about a Wrath again and just not playing things out. Because otherwise I think we're just winning. Maybe that's a little too confident in our scenario, but I don't know. Let's do the math here. So right now I'm hitting them for 6. It is a very cute card. Let's see. Can I hit them for 8? Yeah, I can just like electrolyze their face or something next turn, so. Wait, is that... Did I do that math right? Maybe. I'm just gonna pass. I don't think I'm in a hurry at all. Yeah, just a concession. That makes sense. Okay, cool. All right, on to round number 2. I would love to make it up here into the, what was that, the 5th place spot with 3 trophies. Avatar of Ro. Okay. 41 cards, though. We do have the Plotter, but we also have some good cards in the hand. Douse and Gloom, which I'm prepared to be uncastable. If you ask Twitch chat, yeah. Twitch chat always wants the fun lines. Oh, there's that chance again. I should have played Island so I can play my double blue 2-drop if I draw that one. I'll run this out. You're running Plotters all day, yeah. I mean, I am streaming, right? I want to know if the card's good. Oh my god! We did it! Yes, the opponent's gonna cry. Instantly rewarded. Feels good. Now they, like, play Island, and I think the coast is clear, and they, like, counter the Plotter or something. Seal of Doom. Would you like to Seal of Doom my 1/1? Poggers? More like Plotters. I think I'll give him a mountain. I don't think I need 2 mountains, right? No, it's more like they're like splashing removal or something. So yeah, let's just do it. Trade an island away. Oh man, this feels good. Incoming turn 4, Tattered Drake. Do you just concede? Gotta open up the chat after that, just in case. It says can't be regenerated. Yeah, okay. So leaving up black doesn't even matter for the Tattered Drake. We got a reader. I'm excited. Okay, they're just passing. There's a compulsive. That'll be nice next turn, I think. Let's just run out the Tattered Drake into the seal. Again, there's nothing we can do about it because it says can't be regenerated, so it doesn't matter. Okay, they're just popping it off now. There's no reason to do that now. They can do it like end of their turn or whatever, or they can just realize I can't regenerate it and like do it on my turn. But I guess maybe if I have like a repeal. Why are people doing this? Why are people making this play? I don't understand it. I think I'm just going to do this, target myself. And land, I think. Yeah. Can't play the Guild Mage, and I have to discard the Swamp, pretty much. At least I get to hold up Electrolyze, but... I mean, that's one way to fix your mana, right? Just steal your opponent's lands. That line, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why. To be fair, it is maybe the only target for a Seed Spark in my deck. But just don't love it. Vidalcan Plotter, get me? Oh, no. Okay. I'm going to go for an end of turn Electrolyze here. What do you got? Nothing? I have something. Oh, Seeds of Strength? Okay, well, I still draw a card. I might douse it. Not really sure what I want to do here. How much mana do I have? I can't play the... Oh, wait. Oh, green mana. So I actually can play both of these this turn if I have enough mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that exactly enough? Karoo. Karoom. Oh my god, not again. I mean, kill the 1/1 would be minimally annoying, but yeah, still. Man, black-green land doing work. I get to move counters around too. Maybe I should have sequenced that differently. I don't know if that matters or not. Yeah, that would have been annoying, but funny for sure. Ooh, that's a good one. So I guess I just leave open black-green so I can move a counter if I want to. Bounce your tapper. I think we're in good shape here. It looks like the island has not helped them at all, which is always a concern. No. So if they just pass priority here, I think I'm going to diversify threats by moving a counter from this guy onto the 1/1. They take an extra damage that way. And again, diversifying threats seems strong. All right. Okay, gotcha. Feels like we're in pretty good shape here. Again, I keep saying a Wrath is one of the only things we're weak to, and feels like that is true once again. This is just the tapper. I think they lose the game. Oh, Shrieking Grotesque. It's a good card. But now if they play the tapper, then I just Pyromatics for 2. I would not like to do that. I will discard a Repeal. Yeah, I just get to Pyromatics here. I think they just die. Pyromatics for 3, I guess. You replicate twice. It's like a good turn, right? Kind of storming off here a little bit. No? Okay. Yeah, that was fun. So they are, let's see, Abzan with a Bounceland, MVP, Vidalcan Plotter. That was really fun. Like, it practically doesn't matter that we won the game. Just like stealing their Bounceland, giving them an island, felt really good. I don't think I want to change anything. Could play another Savant as always. Just keep saying that every single time I go to sideboarding. I don't think I'm going to though. I'm just gonna run it like this. Let's see. So what's my record in this format? I think it's like 9-3 or something like that, give or take. So not amazing, but hopefully after this we'll be up there in like 5th on the trophy leaderboard. It was strong, yeah. Feeling good. So Crackshot, here's a question for you. If your opponent plays a Vidalcan Plotter, oh, this is actually pretty awkward. I keep this, but it's not amazing. Train of Thought and Rot Farm on the draw. Not ideal. But my question is, if you're the opponent, your opponent plays a Vidalcan Plotter, do you board out your Bounceland? Like, is that just too much for you? Because I think you don't, but I'm not sure. Morning Thrall. Could just Pyromatics that, and then we can start getting value with our other cards. I think it's kind of disappointing, but we don't have another red source. I think it's fine. It makes the Twisted Justice better down the line. Whoops. Replicate for 0. Okay. Totally good with that. Now I just play a Bounceland. I could Train of Thought here, but I'm planning on using it for 2 next turn, so I'll bounce a Mountain here. Yeah, I agree. Just feels so bad if you get memed like that twice in a row. Unfortunately, the Twisted Justice is currently 6 mana, kill a Ledgewalker, draw a card. But I guess it's still a 2-for-1. Can't really complain. Sort of mono 2-for-1s here. I mean, the Ogre Savant technically is not a 2-for-1 because bounce spells, they're more tempo than... punished for the Pyromatics. Dang. That's okay. We've got plenty of other answers to that one. Okay. So now, yeah, we're going to discard by playing this Train of Thought, but there's nothing else to do this turn, and I don't care too much about discarding a land in this spot, so replicate once. 4 mana sorcery speed divination. I think we are discarding an island here. So we take 2. There's the Rot Farm. Yeah. So if they had it early, they were a bit cautious, which makes sense. They also just had 2 and 3 mana plays. Oh, there's the plotter right on time. Part of me is like, play the plotter. But the other part of me is like, play the Ogre Savant. Do I dare ask Twitch chat? Do I play this card that says like gain control of target land effectively because I'm like swapping an island for the... I have to go for it, right? I have to mess up their mana. I definitely think the right play is the Savant. It's the mana efficient play. The plot thickens. All right, we're doing it. We're gonna have fun. I suppose that's okay. Gotta remember to play my land drop as well. Trade the tapped one for the Rot Farm. Seems like a good deal. Double Golgari Rot Farm feels good. Play a mountain now, I guess. Feels pretty good. Okay, so they can attack for 1, so I can't block that. Now they play another bounce land. We get to Ogre Savant our own plotter and then steal it again. What is this? 4 mana 2/1 flyer. I think that's actually pretty good. So I could just bounce a token. I could bounce the Minister. The Twisted Justice is looking terrible, and Pyromatics being in the graveyard is also feeling pretty terrible here. Have some really good value, killing like the Tapper and the 2/1, but maybe we'll just hit our Electrolyze somewhere. They used the blue. Oh, that's true. They did use the blue. I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I just bounce the Tapper. How worried am I about taking damage here? Yeah, I guess I better bounce the Tapper. I don't think it really matters that much. Yep. I guess maybe it's better to, if I bounce a token, then we can make them sack a more relevant creature with the Twisted Justice eventually. Take 4 here. Ooh, that's a good card. Opponent's got some nice ones, but they're all X ones. So I gotta conserve the Pyromatics. That card's like premium here. I guess I will play 1 mana, kill a 1/1 flyer, draw a card. Douse and Gloom, that's another good one. I think I'll be using that over here. So I can do this, play the Torch Drake. Play this. Savants are also pretty good against Haunt. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I think it's probably time to play the third Savant like an adult. This has to attack, right? So they did show me a Scatter the Seeds. I could be playing into that here by going for this, but not too worried about it. The fact that they didn't attack with anything else means they probably don't have it. Yeah. Now they play the Tapper. Train of Thought would be excellent here too if I had waited on that, but I'm not sure if I can really be waiting on these things. Ooh, this is pretty good against the Tapper. I think I'll play an Island, leave the Swamp in my hand to discard in case they have any kind of discard effects. Do this. So they get to hit me for 2-3 damage here. This one, and this one. This thing can probably attack. Probably should have done that first, but don't worry about it. Gotta wonder if they're just sitting there with the Seed Spark in their hand and no targets. Also, I kind of hope they go for... Wait. I guess that's pretty good for them. Yeah, maybe I messed up by letting them do that. Good news is they're going to be suicide attacking this, it looks like. I think we're not in bad shape. That makes sense. Now the attack for 3, I block the snake. And then... Why are you not attacking with this? Okay, I don't understand that, but... I guess, oh, they're leaving it back to block. Sure. Understandable. So I guess I attack for 3, they make 2 1/1s, then I go for the Twisted Justice, which is going to be a pretty sad Twisted Justice, but it's going to be fine. Kill a 1/1 flyer, draw a card. Wish I had a pump spell. Wait, I could tap a little better. There we go. Alternately, we could sack one of our own creatures and draw a bunch of cards, but that seems bad. Land. Okay, that was not super exciting. Let's play land of our own, just in case we need the pump ability for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. Our deck has a lot of 2-for-1s, and it feels like we're more or less at parity here. I'm hoping that they just go for the tap this down and forget about the Tidewater minion line, but we could easily lose this game, I think. Just played a little too aggressively with my replicate cards. I'd be fine otherwise, I think. Okay. Ooh, there's a great draw. Easy land here. Wow. Yeah, now I think I win the game. Target you. I could like play the Chronarch. I don't know what I want to get back yet, so I think I'm just gonna wait. I don't think we can lose now. Oh, they didn't tap anything either. Oh, I should have played the land and whatever. I messed this up a couple different ways here. Okay. So now I like do that. and I untap a mountain. Yay. Yeah, that was really poorly played. Look away. It is too much value. So now they have a Wrath, and then I lose. No. Okay, now they just had enough. So my next play line is probably like Chronarch, get back Train of Thought, and then I draw like the rest of my deck. But yeah, that compulsive research, that was pretty absurd. Draw 3 spells, 3 good spells at that. All right, 2040. Do I take out the Plotter? I'm gonna run it. I don't care. It doesn't matter if we trophy. We need to plot. We need to take the lands. That's what's gotten us this far. This hand is bad. This hand is bad because I have 3 black sources in this deck and I have 2 black cards in my hand. But I'm going to keep it. I have the Train of Thought. I have the Compulsive. It's just a little bit too much power level in the cards for me to ship it. But it's also pretty risky. Maybe we'll discard some of these to the Compulsive and then get them back with the Chronarch or something. Question is, if I don't draw a land on turn 2, do I just fire off the Train of Thought for 1? I think the answer is yes. I don't think I can realistically win if I keep missing land drops with this controlling of a deck. This deck's been actually more aggressive than I expected, though. Okay. Ooh, there's a Rot Farm. That's very nice. So I think now I'm just playing that. Go for the Compulsive next turn. And yeah, actually Rot Farm had to be one of the best couple draws in the deck because not only is it a bounce land, so effectively, of course, drawing me a card, but a black source for my 2 pretty uncastable looking things there. Do I just kill this? It's a 3-mana 1/2. I'm not sure how much I care. Playing Island regardless. So I could just Compulsive here, or I could Douse it in Gloom. I think I'm just going to Compulsive. Well, actually, no. If I Compulsive, then I'm discarding. So we'll hold up. Let's see. Now the question is, are they going to play like an Aura pre-combat where I can blow them out? I think I'm just going to pass. If they play a better target, then I'll Douse that. And if they go for some kind of Aura, I'll Douse that. But I'm not trying to kill this thing before it deals damage to me. Okay. Happy to spend the Douse and Gloom on that instead. Very happy. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so now we can just run out the Torch Drake, and this thing is forced to suicide attack unless they have a combat trick. I think that's just going to be good enough. Play a Mountain, I guess. Question is, do I play around a trick here? I don't want to, right? I want to eat their 1/2 flyer that's forced to attack. Makes my Twisted Justice a lot better, too. Yeah, this deck is sick. Got like a Faith's Fetters for me? No? Okay, well, I'm going to try it. If you have a combat trick, then good job. You do. Uh, 3 mana to give it +1/+1. That's a deal, I think. Okay, now I think I go for a Compulsive Research. So I've got a couple islands. I think I'm fine discarding 1. I want to get more value later off the Train of Thought. So yeah, I think this is acceptable. Wow. Okay. Lots of lands. Could Train of Thought for one, but that seems very unnecessary to me here. Sky Knight Legionnaire, okay. It's a good one. But at 21 life, I'm feeling pretty safe. Okay. So now we could just Twisted Justice, kill their 1/2 flyer, and draw a card. I think it's actually fine. It's not impressive, but it's not terrible either. Feels like I'm going way over the top here. Ooh, Pyromatics. That's a good one. We discard a mountain. I think it was an island, right? Yeah. So the questions that I'm thinking about right now are, when am I spending the Chronarch? How much value am I getting out of the Train of Thought? Also, I'm not sure the repeal is going to do anything here. Stealing Stance. They forecast it. Got it. Flamekin Zealot. Okay. Pretty respectable. Taking 7 damage here. Yeah, so now I have to like cushion my life total. Ooh, that seems like a good way to do it. So let's see here. Turn 7, with 7 mana, I cannot go Chronarch into Douse and Gloom. I can just go Pyromatics for 2 and the Silkwing Scout though, which I think is fine. Yeah. Problem is they do have that forecast thing, so they can pump this for 1, get in an extra point of damage that way. But I think we are just going to go for the Pyromatics line right now. Replicate it once. Wait. They have a combat trick here. I'm going to feel pretty bad. Not terrible, but pretty bad. For 1 white mana, not sure what they can have. I mean, there is a +1/+1 to each creature of a color. Okay, so they're letting it happen. Get to play the Silkwing Scout. This is upkeep, right? Yeah. So next turn, I'm definitely thinking about just going Chronarch and Douse and Gloom. Gains me life, kills their creature. Seems fine. Oh, another one of those. Yeah, well, I am going to do that. Or actually, is Electrolyze better? Regardless, I do need to kill this thing. Okay, there's an Ogre Savant. That trades for this. Even though it has haste, we can still make that trade, so I think that's pretty good. I don't actually think we attack here. I think attacking is a way to lose the game when we are pretty far ahead. So it's a little bit cowardly, but I think it's fine to just play this slow. can't wait to get the Vidalcan Plotter out of my deck, by the way, in this matchup. I mean, what probably happens here... Actually, you know what? I take back what I said. I think we can just play this in attack. I think what's happening over there is they play their 4-mana 2/2. It gains +1/+1 in haste. We block with the 3/2. They play their Stealing Stance. Or Screeching Griffin, okay? Well, that's a perfect answer. How much mana is this? Not quite enough, it looks like, to go for the super greedy Train of Thought play. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Yeah, so we can draw 4 cards. I think I just want to kill their thing, though. Just hold up Repeal. Could also draw 3 cards, but yeah, actually drawing 3 cards is probably more reasonable. I think I should have done that first. Yeah, I don't like how I did this. Okay, let's just shoot this. Draw 3 cards. So replicate twice. Okay. Now I get to play the Carnarium, right? Drawing quite the number of lands here. I think the 2/1 flyer attacks again. Suddenly I'm pretty glad I made the attack last turn with it. Then we get to play Carnarium. Bounce, I don't know, Island. I guess I'll bounce a Mount. I guess Island it is. Pretty indecisive, but I don't think it matters. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a lot. Okay, so they get to go... Oh, they didn't go for the thing. Okay. There's a Torch Drake. Island. So I think we're playing Torch Drake. I think we can try to make this trade. Yeah. And then let's do like this, I think. I don't think it matters. Feels like we're winning this game slowly but surely. So many cards we've played have drawn us extra cards. I'm hopefully going to... Okay. I might repeal that now. How much mana do I have? I have enough to block, pump, and repeal it. Pyromatics. So they're killing that. I can bounce it in response. Oh, I should have left green untapped, by the way, for this. I'm not sure how much that matters, but... So I can save it, and then they deal me 2 damage. That's probably worth it here. Like, my life total definitely matters, don't get me wrong, but... How many lands have we drawn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Oh, I messed up. They could have gotten me there if they targeted the 2/1 flyer. Gotta dodge some kind of fireball effect. That would be annoying here. Let's see. I think I just dump the 2 creatures into play. So what happens here if they attack, or if they play the thing and attack? I think it doesn't matter too much. Yeah. Oh, this should have attacked, actually. That was a mistake. I was thinking about like potential blocks here, but I think that was just wrong. I mean, now that I have the +1/+1 thing and I don't have 2 pumps, so I guess I'm blocking and sacking. Yeah. This feels pretty bad. The good news is now I get a giant attack with the Torch Drake. Man, drawing another land there. Can I Pyromatics for 1,000,000? Probably. That's probably my best line too. So let's see here. How much mana? How many red sources too? Right now I have 2, 4, 7, 12, 13 mana. So I can Chronarch, get Pyromatics back, kill 3 things, I think, if I did that math right. Because 5 + 6 is 11. Oh, I can actually deal 1 to them too. Sure. I have to try to end the game here, I think. I think it's my only real option. You... One. And now I think we just kill them next turn with the Torch Drake, so we can just attack all and block the 4-mana Zealot thing with this. Yeah. No fireballs, please. Yeah. Block, because I'm a coward. And attack for lethal. Is there any reason I shouldn't attack with one of these? Can't think of one. Okay, that was a long game, but we got there. Drew more lands too. Okay, so let's take out the plotter. Seems terrible. Let's put in a Gatecrasher. Maybe take out a land and play another Savant. The Savant would have been really good with the Chronarch there if we could set that up. Just don't want to die in the early game. That's really the only way I think I lose. So I think the Gatecrasher is actually better. Maybe Twisted Justice is just bad. I don't think I'm playing any of the black cards. Yeah, it's maybe Savant number 2. I'll try it. I don't like the Twisted Justice anyway in this deck. Okay. Still 3 black sources for the Douse and Gloom. Sorry, Plotter. Easy keep. Hand looks great. Just need some lands off the top and we'll be good. We do have 16 left in the deck. A couple Bouncelands at that. 1 mana, 1/1 first strike. You got it. Okay. Okay. Opponent already at 4 cards in hand. I think I'm just playing the Pyromatics for 1 here. Last time I regretted it, but I think this time my life total matters too much, and otherwise I don't have a play on turn 2. Ooh, or I could just repeal. That probably is better, right? Because then I get closer to my next land drop. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, land is excellent. The fact that that's their only play here is also excellent. Now we get to run this out. Hopefully it won't die. Even if it does, next turn we've got the Steam Core Weird. This is a 3 mana 1/3 flying blocker, by the way. This is not not something that we care very much about surviving. They have the Flamekin Zealot here. It could be annoying. I mean, I'm going to try to eat this. I'm ready for it not to work, but I'm going to try. Okay. That was a ton of damage. So now we go for the Steam Core Weird, killing the Swift Blade. Already our life total is just dwindling. Gotta make sure that we survive. If they have combat trick, okay, nice. Yeah, now I think we're in solid shape again. We get to bounce our own thing and try to get value off of it too if we have time. Seal of Fire. I think I'll just take the 1 here. Okay, Tattered Drake. I think I'm gonna get greedy and bounce it and yeah, buy it back. I do take another point of damage from the 1/1, but I think that's okay. So now they Seal of Fire my 3/2, almost definitely. But with 2 cards in hand, I'm really not sure what kinds of scary things a Boros deck can have here. I think I'm equipped to deal with most of them. Oh, they might just be totally flooded here. I think I'm just playing this thing out. Yeah, I want to play the Tattered Drake when I have black mana open, so that'll be next turn. Think we're in good shape. No fireballs one time. Passing seems good. Are they just really stuck on 3 lands? 7 mana, so I can play 2 flyers this turn. Seems better than not playing 2 flyers. Where did it go? Alright, if you have a Wrath, then good for you. But if not, then I've got some flyers for you. Griffin, okay. Can't block that, so I think I have to kill it. Good news is I can just Pyromatics for 1 here and play a Helium Squirter. Assuming my opponent blocks here. Oh, no blocks. Okay. Oh, I should have pumped, I think. Yeah, I think I should have pumped there. That was a mistake. Probably could have tapped differently here too. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of how I've played this game, but we'll see. I think we're in pretty good shape to win regardless. They targeted itself. Oops. There we go. Let's see. Are they dead if they take the damage? 3, 5, 7, 8. I can pump a few times. They're probably pretty close to dead. No. Just make the attack all. I don't really care what happens here. Trade for the 2/1 flyer. That would be a good deal for them. Okay, I'm pretty happy about that. So now, yeah, I have enough mana to Pyromatics and sweep their board here. So we can target this, replicate twice. There we go. And we'll target you, target you. Play a land, bounce a mountain. They're at 6 life, I'm at 7. All right, I think they conceded based on the lag here. There we go. Yes, that's us. We made it. Number 5. All right, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed playing it. Do not think I did it perfectly by any means, but we drafted a sweet deck. I'm learning more about the format every time I draft it. And yeah, overall I had fun. We'll see you again soon with more sweet drafts. Remember, Chaos Draft next week. So yeah, see you soon.